Now this next one, I gotta admit it caught me off guard, but I absolutely love this game. But this next one, I gotta say, it's honestly the best Marvel game I've ever played. Welcome into the lounge. Single player. Today I'm showing off my entire PlayStation 5 collection, so let's get into it. Alright guys, so the first one in our list, and in no particular order, is definitely a classic, Resident Evil 4. Alright guys, so Resident Evil 4 is a ground up remake of the 2005 game, so along with that, this game feels amazing with the PS5 controller and how the triggers work. It brings the story of Leon, a special agent tasked with rescuing the US President's daughter, Ashley Graham, who's been kidnapped by a religious cult in a secluded European village. The game does feature modernized gameplay and vividly detailed graphics, but by far the coolest part of this game is the storyline for me. While the core story remains intact from the original, there are new twists and secret environmental interactions that may surprise even longtime fans of the original game. And if I had a PlayStation VR 2, you better believe I'd be playing it on that. But anyways, for those of you that are big fans of the original PS2 version, this feature might be a downfall for you depending on what you like. The game features an auto save feature now, and making it more accessible and less punishing than the original. As you navigate through three main areas, the village, the castle, and the island, each location is filled with enemies, both human and monstrous, and presents unique challenges. And I can honestly say, whether you're a longtime fan or new to this series, this game provides a thrilling and terrifying experience that stays true to the spirit of the original while introducing new elements to keep you engaged.
Anyone home?
And for this next one, we have a first-person shooter that you've probably heard of. It's Call of Duty Vanguard. Alright guys, so Call of Duty Vanguard offers a campaign that's set during World War II. One of the things I can really appreciate about this one is just how you experience soldiers from different allied nations, each with their own unique storylines and perspectives. You follow four main characters. There's Arthur Kingsley as a British paratrooper, Polina as a Soviet sniper, Wade Jackson as an American pilot, and also Lucas Riggs as an Australian infantryman. Each character's story is presented through a series of interconnected missions, guys, that showcases their contributions to the key battles and operations across various theaters of war, including the Eastern Front, Western Front, North Africa, and the Pacific. And for me, this is by far my favorite aspect of the game, and it's just how the narrative weaves these individual stories, guys, into a larger overarching storyline. This game offers an arsenal of weapons as well, accurate to the time period, and each with their own distinct handling and characteristics. But it's not all about shooting, guys. Often the game encourages you to use stealth and tactics to achieve your objectives. But overall, this game offers an engaging and immersive experience that pays homage to the bravery and sacrifices of the soldiers of World War II.
Now that we've been properly shot at, might the officer in charge tell us what the hell we're doing here?
And this next one is the most recent game in my collection, and that's Ambulance Life. Alright guys, so this game was made by the same people who actually made Police Simulator Patrol Officers. Anyways, so this is an exhilarating and somewhat realistic simulation game that puts you in the driver's seat of an ambulance navigating the chaotic and often unpredictable world of EMS. As you progress, you're faced with a variety of emergency scenarios, each with its own set of challenges, whether it's a multi-car pileup, a cardiac arrest, or a natural disaster. No two calls are the same. The game does feature some true-to-life driving mechanics like obeying road laws when possible and maneuvering through tight spaces, but fortunately for the patients, curbs and speed bumps have no effect. If you know, you know. Anyways, once on the scene, you must perform a range of medical procedures, from administering CPR and bandaging wounds to setting up IV drips and using defibrillators. I do wish there was more to the physical patient assessment than looking at the dots on the body system that that they have. But one of the things that I can actually appreciate about this game is their training system through progressing. So you start as a rookie EMT and work your way up the ranks to become a seasoned paramedic. One of the coolest parts of this game is the two modes that they have. The career mode offers a deep narrative experience with character development, skill upgrades, and progressively challenging missions, but the free-to-play mode is for those who just prefer a more relaxed experience where you can explore the open world, respond to random emergencies if you want, and just hone your skills without the pressure of career progression. And speaking of progression, you are graded on your performance, and depending on the difficulty level you have the game on will determine how that affects your gameplay. And it doesn't stop there. Weather conditions, time of day, and location all influence the complexity and the difficulty of each emergency, from the dense urban jungles to quiet suburban neighborhoods and remote rural areas. And so this offers a diverse range of environments, and along with that, each of those locations present unique challenges and opportunities for you to navigate through. And as you progress, you can customize your ambulance fleet, choosing from various vehicles, models, equipment upgrades, and much more, guys. And if you're a fan of simulators or you're just fascinated with the EMS world, then I would highly recommend this game.
Ah, here's our new paramedic. It's nice to meet you. I'll be overseeing your training today.
But if you're looking for a classic survival horror game, I've got the game for you guys, Tormented Souls. Alright guys, so if you're a fan of the original survival horror games like Resident Evil or Silent Hill or even Alone in the Dark, then this might be the game for you. The story follows Caroline Walker, who wakes up in an abandoned mansion turned hospital. Hooked up to some outdated medical equipment, she must fight for her life while she investigates the disappearance of two twin girls. As you explore the mansion, you uncover dark secrets and face deadly enemies. This game features the fixed camera angles, but with a modernized control scheme. You solve puzzles, scavenge for resources, and use improvised weapons to combat the monsters. While it draws inspiration from classic games, it also offers a modern take with dynamic camera angles and improved controls. As you search the environment for clues, combine items, and solve twisted puzzles to uncover the mansion's secrets, you discover mirrors in this game that provide gateways to alternate realities, allowing Caroline to manipulate time and reality. And while I have thoroughly enjoyed playing this game, the saving system is classic as well, with only a limited number of saves, and that's if you remember to save, because this game also doesn't have the autosave feature. So if you're a fan of the old classic survival horror games like previously mentioned, I'd give it a try. And while this next one isn't my favorite in the series, it's still a lot of fun in my opinion, and that's Saints Row. So this one is an action-packed open world game that's set in the fictional city inspired by Las Vegas. The game follows a group of 4 friends who form their own outlaw gang called the Saints, and as the boss, you'll expand your empire to take over rival criminal organizations. As you explore the sprawling city, you'll come across 9 unique districts, from urban areas to desert landscapes, as you create the boss of your dreams with extensive customization options for appearance, weapons, and vehicles. You'll engage in thrilling side hustles, criminal ventures, and various missions, and then you'll use a wide range of vehicles, including cars, bikes, planes, helicopters, and even wingsuits, guys, to accomplish your missions or just to explore. One of the coolest aspects of this game for me is actually the art style, but even more than that is the open world that you can explore and get immersed into. But let me know what you think down below.
Well, I mean, we're about to be shot at, so I figured it couldn't hurt to brush up on our healthcare package.
If you weren't paying attention to the briefing, I don't think you'll live long enough for your copay to matter.
So I should be reviewing the life insurance policy. Just trying to understand the pay structure.
I'm gonna scare you.
Tag him and tag him!
You think you can hide from me?
I'll go around them.
And if you're a fan of zombies and you love getting immersed into a world, this game might actually be for you. It's Dead Island 2. Alright, so this is an action role-playing survival horror game, and for me personally, it's the best out of the series. I don't know exactly why, but it's just the most fun for me personally. Anyways, the game's set in a zombie-infested Los Angeles. You take on the role of one of 6 playable characters known as Slayers, who are immune to the virus and each have their own strengths and weaknesses. The story begins with you boarding a military evacuation flight, which is actually shot shut down to contain the virus. After surviving the crash, you must navigate through various zones in Los Angeles, including beaches, amusement parks, and sewers to find a cure and escape the city. As you use a variety of melee weapons and ranged weapons, you can customize your weapons with mods and perks, and the game does introduce a new skill system called skill cards, which allows players to customize their character's abilities. Also, the game does feature a procedurally generated dismemberment system, which creates realistic wounds on zombies, and while the game isn't open world, it is divided into 10 different zones, each with its own unique environments, which you can freely explore, and it's definitely one of my favorite aspects of this game.
You ganging up on me, idiotas!
Now this next one, I gotta admit it caught me off guard, but I absolutely love this game. I know I'm gonna get some haters. Death Stranding. Or actually, it's Death Stranding Director's Cut. It's an enhanced version of the original game. Along with the better graphics, it has new weapons, new vehicles, new story missions, guys, new enemy types, and even locations. And also there's improved combat abilities and faster loading times. Anyways, this is an action-adventure game that feels like a walking simulator, but it's much more than that, honestly. I don't want to give away too much of the story, guys, but I'll try and describe it. Also, the footage is early on in the game for the same reason. So the game is set in a post-apocalyptic United States where you control Sam Porter Bridges, and actually it's played by Norman Reedus, a delivery man tasked with reconnecting isolated cities and survivors through deliveries and such. The game is full of supernatural and mysterious elements, including invisible creatures, rain that rapidly ages everything it touches, and the afterlife, which is a place called the beach. As he traverses treacherous terrain while delivering cargo, managing Sam's stamina and balancing the weight of the packages is crucial to succeeding. And while there will be times for combat, the game encourages stealth, especially in the beginning. And for me, one of the best parts of this game is the stunning visuals and highly detailed environments it delivers, along with the music and sound effects that truly immerse you guys into the story and the experience overall. And as you experience the story in this game, which might actually be my favorite part of it, it features themes of connection and relationships, but isolation as well. And if you're a fan of games that immerse you into its story and world, then I'd highly recommend it, especially for the director's cut.
Beginning scan. Cargo verified.
What took you so long? It's not like the legend to come in late.
Igor, Bridges corpse disposal. Sam Porter, I presume? Right. Not the touchy-feely type. Document said you had some kind of phobia.
Bridges corpse disposal? What happened?
Now, this next one shouldn't be a surprise because you guys know I'm a Call of Duty fan. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Alright guys, so this one is set during the early 1980s of the Cold War era. The game features a gripping and immersive single-player campaign that follows the storyline of a CIA officer named Russell Adler as he tracks down a Soviet spy named Perseus, who is believed to be on a mission to destabilize the balance of power and tip the scales of the Cold War in favor of the Soviet Union. And for me personally, it brought back memories of the original Call of Duty Black Ops. Anyways, you'll navigate through a variety of international locations, including East Berlin, there's Vietnam, Turkey, and also the Soviet KGB headquarters. You encounter historical figures and events as well. And while I can't say this is one that stands out among the rest of the Call of Duty games, if you're a Call of Duty fan or even just a fan of first-person shooters, I'd give it a try because for me, it's still a lot of fun.
Wait!
But this next one, I didn't even know about the series, and I definitely want all of them in the collection. The Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil in Me. Alright guys, so this is an interactive drama and survival horror game. The game follows the members of a documentary film crew who are invited to a replica of H.H. Holmes' infamous murder castle on an island in Lake Michigan called Hunter's Island. The crew, led by investigative journalist Kate Wilder, soon discovers that their lives are actually at risk due to traps placed throughout the hotel by the mysterious Grantham. The game obviously takes inspiration from H.H. Holmes, but various slasher films as well, and franchises just like Psycho, The Shining, Saw, Halloween, and also Friday the 13th. And generally, when you are moving throughout the game, it's in a third-person perspective, and even as someone who doesn't care for quick-time events, this game seems to not overdo it, in my opinion. One of the coolest and most unique aspects of this game is actually the collectible items that are called pictures that allow you to see visions of possible future events. This game also uses inventory systems for the characters, there's tool-based puzzles, and new movement capabilities like running, jumping, and climbing to survive. And while all of that is nice, the best part of this game is the story and how you really get immersed into the story, guys, and you truly feel the rewards and the consequences of your decisions. But that's just my opinion. Let me know yours down below, especially if you've played the other games from this series.
My sincere apologies for both startling you and for making you wait. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon.
Now for this next one, I'm not sure what you guys think. I haven't heard anyone really talking about it, and that's Control Ultimate. So Control Ultimate Edition is a third-person action-adventure game, but this edition includes the base game and all of its previously released expansions, providing a comprehensive and immersive experience for you guys. In this game, you play as a special agent who arrives at the Federal Bureau of Control to search for her missing brother. Upon her arrival, she discovers that FBC headquarters, known as the Oldest House, has been invaded by a mysterious and otherworldly force called the Hiss. As the new director of the Bureau, you must harness your newfound abilities to combat the Hiss and uncover the secrets of the Oldest House. And while the storyline and narrative is one of my favorite aspects of this game, the ever-shifting environments and worlds is by far my favorite aspect. But solving puzzles and battling enemies using a combination of conventional weapons and supernatural powers is really enjoyable as well. But it's not all about shooting, guys. Your abilities include telekinesis, levitation, and mind control, allowing for dynamic and strategic combat and puzzle solving. Another cool aspect of this edition is the AWE expansion. It features ambitious level design, but even more a crossover with Remedy's earlier game, Alan Wake. If you're looking for a third-person action-adventure game with a world that is like no other, then I'd recommend you give it a try.
You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word.
And this next one, I promise, is the last one in the series, and that's going to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Alright guys, so this is a sequel to the 2019 Modern Warfare. Also, just as a side note, if you have problems with lagging in the 2019 version, you should check out my video on how to fix it. Anyways, so this time you follow Task Force 141 and the Mexican Special Forces unit as you track down terrorist leader Hassan, who possesses American-made ballistic missiles. And while the graphics and gameplay technically are better, for me, I didn't really notice it, but if you enjoyed the single-player campaign from the 2019 version, then I definitely give it a shot, because for me, the best part is actually the nostalgia factor from the original 2007 Modern Warfare. And so we have the return of Captain John Price, also Soap and Gaz, also Ghost. You'll engage in a variety of mission types that offer a thrilling and visually stunning experience that builds on the legacy of the Modern Warfare series.
Sergeant, it's open damage. Let's get ourselves a win, yeah, LT?
Bravo, move on building 2.
I'm hit! Ghost.
And if you're a fan of third-person action fighting games with an open-world element, this game might actually be for you. It's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Alright, so this is an action-adventure game that serves as a standalone expansion to the Spider-Man from 2018 and follows the journey of Miles Morales as he embraces his role as the new Spider-Man. The game is set in a snowy, wintry New York City. The city is vibrant, beautiful, and bustling, guys, with detailed environments that bring the Marvel Universe to life. The story picks up with Miles Morales adjusting to his new home in Harlem while following in the footsteps of his mentor, Peter Parker. A fierce power struggle erupts between a devious energy corporation and a high-tech criminal army known as the Underground. You must navigate this conflict, protect the community, and prove yourself as Spider-Man. If you've never played Spider-Man before, it does retain the smooth, combo-driven combat style it's known for, and you can utilize his powerful attacks, but you can also use his camouflage ability as well. And while the fighting can be fun, for me, exploring the world is definitely one of my favorite aspects. aspects, but by far my favorite aspect is actually the skill tree in this game. As you progress, you can upgrade and evolve his abilities over time and even unlock new combat moves.
Miles, I'm gonna need a hand up here. You're free. Your Holy Spirit's a little overzealous this year, Alexei.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, coconut milk. Still trying to find it. Been kind of, an adventure.
Are you running?
Now I'm in the park, grabbing some air. Oh, perfect. Dip over to the amphitheater. Got something to show you.
And while this next one isn't the best racing game there is, it's still a lot of fun in my opinion, and that's Need for Speed Unbound. So as usual, it immerses you into the high-stakes world of street racing. The game features a compelling narrative that follows your journey as a street racer aiming to make a name for yourself in the underground racing scene. You'll navigate through a vibrant open world filled with diverse environments, ranging from busy city streets to scenic country roads. One of the standout features of Need for Speed Unbound is its extensive customization system, and I would absolutely agree with that. You can personalize your vehicles with a wide range of visual and performance upgrades, allowing you to create a unique racing machine that reflects your style. And speaking of which, I'm not a huge fan of the cartoonish art style, but fortunately they do have an option to turn it off. Another thing I do like about this game is how the world is dynamic and ever-changing with the day-night cycles and the weather effects that impact racing conditions. And this really does add an extra layer of challenge and excitement to each race, but the law enforcement in this game is really easy in my opinion, especially in the beginning. But if you successfully escape the pursuits, then you're rewarded with valuable in-game currency, and the AI opponents in this game are designed to be challenging and competitive, providing a realistic and intensive racing experience, and I would definitely agree with that. And if you love racing games that give you a rich narrative, deep customization, and the thrill of high-speed racing, then this might be the game for you.
Say, I can't believe you two turned my old junker out back into this.
Believe. The lake better watch out. What? She's street legal?
Right, and I'm LeBron.
So this game needs a little bit of context. My wife is a huge fan of cats, and hence we have two cats here. So this is Binks, and this is Snickers. And even if you guys aren't a fan of cats, you guys absolutely have to check this game out. It's Stray. So overall, this game is mainly an adventure game. It's set in a dystopian cyberpunk-inspired city. The game immerses you into a richly detailed world that blends futuristic technology with decayed urban landscapes. Anyways, you take on the role of a stray cat who finds itself separated from its family and lost in a mysterious, sprawling city inhabited by robots and strange creatures. The city, known as the Walled City, it's an enclosed urban environment filled with narrow alleyways, neon-lit streets, and towering structures. The atmosphere is both haunting and intriguing, honestly, with a sense of melancholy that permeates the environment. I said it's mainly an adventure game, but it actually revolves around exploration, puzzle solving, and even stealth as well. And as you navigate the city by leaping across rooftops, squeezing through the tight spaces, and climbing across various structures, you'll discover that your agility and ability to reach inaccessible areas are crucial for uncovering secrets and progressing through the game. Throughout the journey, you'll encounter a variety of characters, including helpful robots and hostile creatures known as Zerks. Early in the game, the cat befriends a small drone called B-12, which becomes a valuable companion who can hack terminals and store items. But for me personally, my favorite aspect is actually the world and the environments that you get immersed into visually in this game through the music and the sound design, and at its core, it uses that to explore the themes of isolation, companionship, and resilience. And if you love being immersed into a world that is filled with adventure, puzzles, and mystery, then you definitely need to give it a try. But this next one, I gotta say, it's honestly the best Marvel game I've ever played. Marvel Avengers. Alright, so this is an epic third-person action adventure game, guys, that begins with A-Day. It's a celebratory event where Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, and Thor unveil a high-tech Avengers headquarters in San Francisco. However, a catastrophic accident occurs, leading to a massive devastation. Blamed for the tragedy, the Avengers disband, and 5 years later, with all the superheroes outlawed, a young Kamala Kamala uncovers a conspiracy and must reassemble the Avengers to stop one of the greatest threats Earth has ever faced. As you progress through the campaign, you rebuild your hero roster and restore their powers. One of the coolest aspects of this game for me is how you unlock powerful skills and new gear for your heroes, and that's not all. You can also customize them with classic, fan favorite, and all new outfits, guys, inspired by over 80 years of Marvel history. And the game features a flexible scaling combat system, plus customizable gears and skills that support each unique playstyles for each of your heroes. And in case you didn't know, the PS5 version includes exclusive content such as Spider-Man, who joins the Avengers team. So in my opinion, Marvel's Avengers offers a unique take on these iconic superheroes, celebrating their authentic Marvel heroism and humanity. And if you're a fan of Marvel, then you definitely need to check this game out.
Director Fury.
Didn't expect me, huh?
In case you've forgotten, the harm room is down the stairs through the doors and to your right.
But if you're looking for a hidden gem, I've got the one for you guys, Forspoken. It's an action role-playing game that blends magical parkour and intense combat. In this game, you play Frey Holland, a young woman who is transported from New York City to the fantasy world of Athea, where she discovers that she has magical abilities thanks to a sentient bracelet named Cuff. The world of Athea is under the rule of 4 powerful matriarchs, guys, although Frey's journey is driven by her desire to find a way home while navigating the dangers and mysteries of Athea. In this world, you use her magical abilities to perform parkour moves, scaling walls, vaulting across canyons, and gliding across water. Combat is a significant aspect of this game, and magical abilities are central to the gameplay, and you can cast spells to enhance her combat efficiency and unlock special abilities. The game also includes crafting systems for creating new items and a mechanic for restoring health. You earn experience points after combat encounters, which can be used to upgrade your abilities and equipment, but remember, her goal is to get back home, so in that, the game explores themes of isolation, resilience, and also the search for belonging. And for me, that's the part that kept me coming back to this game, is the story and the atmosphere in this game.
I should get back to Homer. Poor girl needs her dinner. I hate the cold. Gotta get inside.
Alright guys, I'd love to know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? What's your favorite PS5 games in your collection? And if you guys love single player games, then consider subscribing over here. Want to check out some more great videos? I've got some right here for you. But until next time, y'all have fun playing single player games.